Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be reviewing the Heritage entrance solution with its beautiful and stunning Julius mirror. Let's dive in. So this stunning composition is made up by two parts, the Heritage cabinets and the Julius mirrors, the one above and the one underneath. Let's focus on the cabinets. The cabinets belong to the Heritage collection. It is completely lacquered, available in any color that you can imagine, based on the RAL scale or on the NCS color scale. Here we have this nice and light desaturated green. I really like it. And it has a depth of 32 centimeters and a height of 32 centimeters. And its width, it's completely custom made. Here you have 179 total. The two cabinets which make up this composition appear to be identical, but they are not, because as we said in another video, you must select an uneven number of centimeters for the measure of your width, because if you look at the detail of how the doors of the Heritage collections are made, you see that you have all these staves out, in, out, in, out, in, and so on. And basically, you must have an overall uneven number, so 179, or if I wanted it to be wider, I could have 181, 163, whatever, it must be uneven. But when you connect two cabinets, then you will have one which has an even number. For example, this one is 90 centimeters. Well, actually, this one is 90 centimeters, and this one is 89. Because what we want to achieve is that when the doors are closed, we perceive a continuum among all these different lines, and we don't see a point where you have two outer elements or two inner elements. So it's a very tiny detail which makes the difference. So these are drawers. They are based on kitchen mechanisms. They are very resistant in terms of weight capacity and very reliable. I must admit that considering that the depth is quite shallow, because as we said, it is an entrance and not a kitchen, they have some sort of movement, of side movement, which is, I mean, this is a high quality mechanism, but considering it is so shallow, it's not as stable as a standard depth. And it's not an issue about reliability. It will last for decades and keep much weight inside it. But with this sort of depth, this is something I can expect. This sort of wobble, it's perfectly normal. So it's not an issue at all. Other than this, it's a really beautiful drawer unit, very well built, very thick lower panel. So I could actually have pottery and dish and plates inside it and be perfectly fine with it. The Julius mirror is completely custom made, one piece at a time, so I can have all sorts of shapes, dimensions, finishes, accessories, and so on. We start from shapes. We can have a round mirror or a square mirror with a diameter or width ranging between 40 centimeters and 140, okay, down to the millimeter. We can have rectangular or elliptical mirrors with widths, with sides ranging from 40 centimeters to 220. And between these extremes, I can do whatever I want. And this is indeed beautiful. And I can move even over these standard shapes. And I can have totally custom shapes. For example, we had once a client who asked us for a mirror with the shape of a tiny car, a mirror with the shape of a teddy bear, and here we created two rounded mirrors, which are actually a part of a circle, and so we have a huge part on top and a smaller part underneath, and above and below these storage cabinets, they create the effect, they create the positive illusion of a full circle. And this is an example of the deep customization of the Julius collection. So if this mirror had been a full circle and not only a simulation, a positive simulation of it, it would have had a diameter of 180 centimeters. And just to give you an idea, this upper element has a height of 110 and the lower element has a height of 38 centimeters. And placing them around this cabinetry, they created this stunning effect. We have many other details to customize the Julius mirrors because we can choose the color of the supporting panel on the back, because we don't provide the mirror only and then you must attach it to the wall. We have a supporting panel which can be black or white depending on your needs. You can add possibly this LED strip which creates these beautiful effects, because the supporting panel is normally kept smaller than the mirror itself, and so the LED strip is actually hidden by the mirror. You can choose the standard mirror, the bronze, the dark bronze mirror, or the dark fume mirror, so you can actually change the overall effect of the surface. You can have a standard edge like this one, or you can have the beveled edge, which is basically a slightly angled perimeter. It's a bit more classic in terms of looks. I'm not dismissing it, but again, I can say that the standard edge is a bit more modern and the beveled edge is a bit more contemporary or classic. And then I have all sorts of accessories, because for example I can have a colored frame with colored grass all around it. I can have coat hangers which are actually attached on the surface. So not in this sort of context, I could not attach a coat hanger here, it would not make sense. But for example, if I create the Julius mirror, maybe a vertical one, a horizontal one in another context, in a different type of entrance, I might add coat hangers, or I might like, for example, to take a color that I have in the room, and let's say I have red scatter cushions on the sofa, and I can say, okay, I would like a red perimeter all around my mirror. This is what we can do with the Julius collection in terms of customization. So we've come to the end of today's product review about the Heritage entrance solution. I hope that you like this stunning effect just as I love it, and see you next time.